wait. Hi guys. So today I am going to be reacting to this video. So it's about simulating a forest for 100 days. I love his videos, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna react to this video. So
A
let's see how it
hundred
goes.
days ago, this forest was nothing more than a graveyard. But with time, it evolved through rain and fire.
Oh,
Watch
so I'm supposing that a forest fire happened in that ecosystem.
as empires rise and predators fall. But the real question is, who can survive?
That is that that who can survive? That's a good question actually. That actually kind of brings me into this video about
On day
that
one, the tank was
day
built
one.
from dirt, a log, and a fox
Day one.
skeleton from head to toe.
Wait, how much time do you think he spent on building that skeleton? Like on placing all of the bones? I'm not sure, but if you have some like ideas or think some stuff, make sure to comment down below.
It may look barren now, but where there is death, there is life.
That that's true. That's pretty true.
The first plants began to emerge, and they overtook the landscape. There were animals both big and small. The snails were the earliest signs of life and spend most of their time eating.
So the earliest sign of life here is the snails, which is nice. I like snails, but they're not that great if there's like huge amounts of them, but they do help maintain the ecosystem. So if there's like a couple of snails, that's good, but too many is not good for the plants and stuff.
Everything was at peace. Though this peace wasn't going to last for long. Plants were disappearing at an alarming rate, and not because of the snails. Something else was eating them. Something underground. Earthworms.
Oh, okay, so definitely earthworms. I'm gonna say they're worse than snails. Just one of them can just one of them could do some massive damage if they're not kept in check.
They were taking over and destroying everything in their path. I needed to control them. I needed a predator. Meet the eastern worm snake.
So the Easter worm snake. So depending on this name, because it's called the worm snake, the Easter worm snake. I'm pretty sure. Is it? I'm not sure if it's a male or female, but he or she, I I'm pretty sure is a master at worm hunting.
She is a master worm hunter, and hopefully she
Exactly what I said.
can keep their population in check. While this war was going on below ground, something magical began to grow above.
Mushrooms. I love eating mushrooms. I just love eating mushrooms.
Mushrooms. They are one of the fastest growing species on our planet, and snails have emerged to feed. These mushrooms were not the only life within the log.
Oh.
Inside,
Good.
there lies the
Oh,
beginnings of an
let's
empire.
go.
This is a queen
One of my
carpenter
favorite
ant, and
one
she
of
is
my favorite
raising the
animals.
first batch of
I'm being
young.
honest, it's one of my favorite animals.
Each
Ants.
one of these larvae is going to become a loyal worker to serve her empire. By day 21, the plants had grown dramatically. There were now many forms of life, but could they live together?
That client review was brutal.
We're gonna be underwater for weeks.
I'm already so pruny.
This is fixable. Just use Grammarly. We'll crush it.
I'm already crushed. I cannot be crushed any further.
This slug, for example, had just laid a pile of eggs. She has to stand watch because other animals were out to eat them.
Oh no.
Crickets. They were not only eating her eggs, but many of the plants too. Their population was quickly getting out of hand. They didn't have a predator. Until now. Here is a male and female jumping spider. They make one deadly duo. After adding them into the tank, they began the hunt. The crickets have incredible eyesight, but the spider's vision is even better. They have eyes on the front and back of their head. With only one bite, he is totally paralyzed. It was time to enjoy her hard-earned meal.
Right in the face. Right in the face. Demolished.
Now, life around the log did not go unnoticed. Inside, the queen's first worker had begun to hatch. The queen helped her emerge from her cocoon until she could stand on her own 6 feet. She was the first of many. By day 50, the tank was completely overgrown.
Okay, this part of the music is a bit ominous for me and also cool.
The plants were choking each other out. I needed something to eat them, something big. Meet the spike plate millipede. These large herbivores should eat many of the plants. After adding them in, they took refuge deep in the undergrowth. They explored the tank, looking for a safe place to hide. This one had walked right past a web. A jumping spider nest. This nest was built with one goal in mind, to protect her young. For now, she closes
Okay, so a new generation might come for the spiders.
off the door and seals herself in. Meanwhile, the slug eggs were about to hatch. At this stage, they were completely transparent and the babies were trying to find a way out. The first baby manages to break free and soon the rest follow.
Oh, so cute! Ah!
Clouds were rolling.
That slug, this exact slug looks like a Pokemon. It looks like a Pokemon.
Rolling in, and all of the animals needed to hide.
A rainstorm.
It could only mean one thing. It was about to rain.
Okay, ask her.
Many of the animals gathered after the storm for a drink. Even the worm snake made a short visit. By day 80, flowers began to bloom. Despite their beauty, not all life was balanced. The jumping spiders were having trouble finding food as the ants were taking over. Inside their nest, an army was forming. I needed to stop them. It was time to introduce a new predator. Here is a group of scorpions, and not just any scorpion. These are wood scorpions. They have powerful claws and a venomous sting. So, it was time to add them into the tank. I carefully lowered them into the undergrowth. Most of the scorpions decided to take shelter.
Okay, yeah, you guys definitely should take shelter. This is your first time here, so the scorpions should.
But this one had wandered into jumping spider territory.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I hope he survives, but if he doesn't, well, I don't know.
He has no idea because he is nearly blind. His only option was to stand completely still. She's tasting him to see if he's food. As she begins to walk away, he moves. But it looks like he got away with it this time. That mistake almost cost him his life. And soon, day faded to night, and they re-emerged.
That glow is awesome, and I'm pretty sure that is not edited. I'm pretty certain.
They glow under ultraviolet light, so they can recognize one another. In the shadows, there lived another mythical creature, the ornate harvestman.
It's not really mythical, but it looks pretty mythical, but it's not. But it's pretty cool, so I guess it makes sense that he called it mythical.
Scavenge the dark terrain for whatever food they can find. By day 90, the dry season had come. There was no more rain, and the ground began to dry out. I carefully removed every last animal from the tank, but not for the reason you might think. Because on day 94, a dry thunderstorm was about to begin.
A forest fire.
A wildfire. It quickly began to spread.
Well, you can't actually call this a forest fire because it's not really a forest, but I just like call it that way. I don't know why.
Everything began to burn until every last plant was gone. Or so I thought.
Wild is death, this life, as he said on the beginning.
From the ashes sprouted new life. The cycle was going to begin all over again and again and again. Here is another ecosystem I made, and be sure to check it out.
So that marks the end of today's video. So if you want to check out his videos, the name is Dr. Plant. So if you want to check out his video, just search in dr.plants. So that marks the end of my video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.